Today we are gonna build a Lego minifigure habitat for the Hulk. My name is Davide and this is a Break Dreamer. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, if you follow the channel, you know that I like to build these minifigure habitats recently. This was my first one, the Sushi Chef habitat, and here we have the Troubadour, the Bard from the latest minifigure series 22. In this series you can find as well Indiana Jones and the figure skater champion. But today I had a challenge. Today I wanted to build an habitat for the Hulk. And as you can see, the size of this is quite different compared to a minifigure. Will I be able to fit this into a 8x8 habitat? Let's see what we can do. So the idea, of course, because of the size, and we cannot fit much of this into an habitat, is to get the Hulk coming out from a sort of breaking a wall. So let's put this on the side and let's start with the base. The base is the usual 8x8, dark bluish gray in this case. I added a few tiles already and plates and jumpers. Okay, let's start from a side wall. So here I use a hinge plate to angle a little bit the wall. So what I wanted to do is create an angular wall here that has been broken by the Hulk, that we can already place here in the middle. The problem with that is that I tried to figure out some Lego math to get the proper angle, but I didn't find the right connection, so it would be always a little bit too offset and it didn't look good. But considering this breaking the wall, we don't have to be so accurate with that. So here I use some different techniques. So I'm using gold gray, I'm using bluish gray, I'm using some modified plates, I'm using some cheese slopes, masonry bricks, in order to create different texture to this broken wall. Okay, so this doesn't actually to connect with the other side. So let's see the other side where I came up with something a little bit more elaborate. As you can see, I started to use the minifigure stand, the transparent one over here, so that I can attach some inverted slope to get some of the motion broken piecing flying off the wall effect. While over here I use a ball joint. So this is going to connect over here, going through the Hulk legs, and as you can see, it feels like the wall is actually continuing from here to the other side, but it's not actually connected. So that's the solution I came up with in order to not have to find the right diagonal spot. Another thing I did is to try to give a different texture over here. For example, I use some jumpers here and there because they have a little bit indentation that give a better texture, and also I use some tiles like so that I can push in and out in a way that I can create the effect that I want. Okay, I think this is enough. It doesn't have to be too much. On top of that, I added some more. Here, of course, we have to go inside because we need to, by one style, because we need to create the space to connect with the other habitats. And again, over here, I use one of those transparent minifigure stands, which are very useful in my opinion. I think we can add a little bit of extra detail over here, so some other piece over here, and we can give also something in his hands. So this is not a very solid connection, but it just has to be good enough so he can grab a piece of that. Now we need to close off the top. So most important thing is that we need to give a little bit of support at the back, and then here I create with some plates and tile this corner over here that is gonna connect to the two ends and with the support at the back. So it's gonna keep everything in place, and now it becomes a pretty solid build, as you can see. On top of that, we can just add a few extra bits of plates and broken wall around to give a little bit of better effect. And now let's see the comparison with this, with the first one. So the first, the Sushi Chef, and the fifth, the Hulk. I think it's a pretty cool effect, especially when you can display all of these minifigure habitat, and in between all the minifigures scaled ones, then you have something big like the Hulk. Later I will add some picture with all the other minifigure habitats. Remember, if you want to add additional ones on top, make sure to add a little bit of extra support at the back so that it doesn't fall over. Let me know what you think about this latest minifigure habitat, and I will see you soon with the next Lego mock. Ciao ciao!